The Springhurst residence is nestled in this family neighborhood, just footsteps from a park and Ottawa's Rideau River. For decades, several men who abused children in residential schools in various parishes across the country have taken refuge at this residence, owned by the Oblates of Mary Immaculate. Some have stayed while awaiting trial or after serving time in prison. Bob Gordon lives in the neighborhood.
Nobody in the community knows about it, but nobody's actually shocked that they're actually there.
Springhurst was the home where Leona Huggins' abuser came to live after his conviction. John McCann repeatedly sexually abused her for years at a parish in British Columbia, and she wasn't his only victim. Huggins was the first to report McCann's abuse in the 1990s. Then she blew the whistle again years after his conviction. She found out he was still working as a parish priest in Ottawa and living here at Springhurst.
It's hard to see these men being so well taken care of when the survivors have not been. They've ignored the survivors. They've often, for someone like me, I was ostracized. I wasn't only ignored, I was ostracized for something that I should have been ultimately thanked for.
The head of the Oblates says the order now has a written policy dictating how to monitor sex offenders.
The reason that we continue to house and that we continue to care for them is to allow us to continue to monitor. Recidivism is a real concern with people who have offended against minors, and this is a way to mitigate the possibility of reoffending.
But a former priest thinks those convicted should be kicked out.
They shouldn't be allowed to remain in the religious orders or in a diocese.
There are currently 19 Oblate members living at Springhurst. 2 of the elderly priests were convicted of sexual crimes. The Oblates have a policy to care for them for life, and in total, CBC has confirmed at least 9 convicted sex offenders who have taken refuge here.
What are the victims getting? Compensatory remuneration is nothing compared to the ruined lives that they have gone through when they're being fully catered to in a facility.
Julie Ireton, CBC News, Ottawa.